What's good? This is AusGod. I'm about to break down the beat for On the Floor by Rylo Rodriguez featuring EST Gee. Let's get into it. I think it kind of gives you a new feel to your beat when you kind of work backwards and do the drums first as opposed to the melody first. And I feel like that's why this beat hits so hard. So I got this loop from Post Global. I felt like it was a little bit too slow, so I sped it up from 147 BPM to 164. So I went in and chopped up the loop to make it fit the drums I had laid down. I sped it up from 147 BPM to 164. Now I felt like we had a beat going. And once I started playing that with the drums I already had laid down, it was a wrap. I started with the 808. Filthy. Then I added the hi-hats. Then the clap, of course. Alright, so I felt like the clap wasn't hitting hard enough, so I went in and layered a snare under the clap. So on my beats, I like to differentiate the hook from the verse. Like I'll usually layer something in differently for the verse. And for this beat in particular, I went ahead and added an open hat. Now, in my beats, I like to have something come in every 8 bars or 4 bars that kind of signifies it transitioning from hook to verse or verse to hook or pre to hook. So I went in and threw these little video game zap sounds in to kind of lead it into the next part. So this is how it sounds all together. And I also added this reverse 808 section, which just goes crazy for the verse. Just gives it that energy, you know? So on the reverse 808, I actually automated a left to right pan. So it goes from your left ear to your right ear, and it just makes it sound really crazy in the headphones. This beat probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sounds in it. I really don't like to overcomplicate my beats. I keep it as simple as possible, yet as hard as possible. Even with this beat, there's just a verse section and a little pre-hook section and then a hook. But I just made sure to differentiate the verse section from the hook, and I feel like that's the most important part. Well, one of the most important things about beats. You know, you could have a million sounds and it'd be a fire beat, but nobody's gonna rap on it if you got 25 sounds in your shit. So my advice to people, if you're an upcoming producer, just leave it as open as possible, yet as complicated as possible. Have something come in for the verse or the hook. If you have a bunch of sounds in your beat, don't put them all on top of each other. Maybe have one section come in here for the pre-hook or a post or a bridge. Divide it up. You know, there's actually a version to this with me on it. I like the beat so much, I fucked around and got on it, and I can play it for you guys.
Touching on my brand new ruler, better not set it off. That bitch booty OD, I call her fentanyl. Got an 8-year-old shooter, he won't tell it all. This blick will pick you up like Uber, but it won't drop you off.
Bro, that's hard. That's hard. Thanks for tuning in. Just remember to always have fun with this. You know, it's a blessing to be able to create, you know, and have millions of people listening to your music, even getting paid off of it. It's a blessing, man. Just always have fun with it. Never take yourself too seriously. Don't burn yourself out. You don't need to be making 10 beats a day, 20 beats a day. work at your own pace, figure out your own workflow. Thanks for tuning in again. This is AusGod, and we'll be back soon.
Further down, we tryna join the 100 Club. I ain't know how many times I joined the 100 Club. You at every party, but you ain't join the 100 Club. Ball just touch it up, you join the 100 Club.